Hey everybody, ChristopherOdd here. I wanted to take some time to go through the books that we found in the prison area. There's not too many, there's about 5 or 6 of them. And again, separate episode, and when I do these separate book episodes, you can always skip them. I'll put up another episode the same day, so you don't have to hate on them, you'll still get your gameplay. That being said, let's go into this. So, the sewers beneath Dunwall. Across the generations, the aqueducts and tunnels beneath the city of Dunwall... Oh, it's probably easier in here. Across the generations, the aqueducts and tunnels beneath the city of Dunwall have served a variety of purposes. In the earliest days of the city's history, several primary canals were used to channel river overflow during times of flooding. And for a time, it was fashionable for wealthy aristocrats to commission underground water passages, giving them access to their estates from the Wrenhaven River and its minor tributaries. Over the years, these tunnels began to interconnect, sometimes by design and sometimes by accident. The history of the tunnel system is rich. As every schoolchild is taught, rebels used the sewers extensively during the Morley insurrection. As discussed in popular bar songs, lovers often find privacy in some of the cleaner entry points, with fresh air brought in on the winds from the river itself. On a darker note, in addition to seeing traffic from gangs and smugglers, it is rumored that the current Royal Spymaster himself, Hiram Burrows, has a network of informants who know the twists and turns of the sewer system by heart. Until recent times, the older tunnels suffered from repeated collapse, creating sinkholes that occasionally consumed entire street corners. The current system rarely suffers from such calamity, since the sewers were reinforced and expanded by the city planning department during the rule of Emperor Euhorn Kaldwin I. Alright. Now, these are procedures that were put in place following the escape of Corvo Attano, of course, the protagonist from Dishonored. Following the escape of Corvo Attano, the council appointed by the Lord Regent has decided it is of the utmost importance to increase security measures at Coldridge Prison. The recommendations made by this report include structural measures such as increasing the heights of walls, sealing ventilation shafts, and ensuring sewer entrances are inaccessible. Additionally, staffing at the site must be increased to thoroughly cover all exits and maintain observation of major corridors. Special addendum. In addition to the new measures outlined herein, the council has consulted both the Abbey of the Everyman and Royal Physician Anton Sokolov, who is also head of the Academy of Natural Philosophy, asking for guidance and equipment in the handling of those cases which are more exotic in nature. While we have dismissed reports of the supernatural in the past as old wives' tales and lunatic hearsay, recent months have convinced us that there are matters afoot that we do not fully understand. As such, prison executive personnel are encouraged to welcome the presence of both the overseers and anyone working under Sokolov's technical guidance. Alright. Interrogation log. We actually read this, but I'll read it again just in case. So this is prisoner number 9123. Location of collaborator in theft of goods. They used the heated metal bolts applied to feet, and the outcome was promising response at first, but the subject lost consciousness due to the attack. Prisoner 7619, the goal is to get him to confess to vandalism, use sleep deprivation, and the outcome was just disorientation. Subject falsely confessed to crime as well as other unrelated acts. Prisoner 1713, the goal was to find the location of a weapon cache tied to attacks on river patrol checkpoints. Method, water tank, outcome, tank mechanism malfunction, subject drowned. Prisoner 7835, name of conspiracy organizer, engagement with phobia, spiders. Subject divulged the information before the hatch to the spider basket was even opened. Really afraid of spiders. Modern incarceration technology. So, this is from a presentation at the onset of the plague. Once again, I've been asked to solve the problems of the dismal past. And once again, I've delivered the solutions required by our present situation. As with all my work, it is simply that a mind capable of understanding their potential is required. For the benefit of the Lord Regent and to the detriment of those incarcerated in Coldridge Prison with an aptitude for escape, I've recently adapted one of my inventions for deployment in that dank and depressing place. The potential function of these devices in the prison should now be clear to all, following the latest round of testing. With the associated power complications resolved, I have therefore recommended a two-stage implementation starting at once. The first stage involves a recent device simple to deploy, designed to stun the escaping prisoner. The second is a more powerful deterrent, the lethal and increasingly popular arc pylon. In combination, properly applied, these devices will make Coldridge Prison inescapable. There we go. And last but not least is a prison of the Isles. The most striking characteristic one will notice when comparing incarceration facilities across the Isles is the outer walls themselves, or in cases, the lack thereof. A well-known and well-feared prison such as Coldridge, with its long history as the principal prison for the capital city of Dunwall, has a number of physical barriers to keep prisoners from escaping or even attempting escape. Coldridge is housed in a single formidable structure many stories tall, with tightly guarded gates and tiny individuals that keep the prisoners separate, minimizing collusion. The prison is dominated by its high gray walls, and as of late, new technologies have been tested for deployment there, further adding to security. The height of modern incarceration is virtually unthinkable that one could escape from such a place. Contrast this with the prisons of Tivia, located in the tundra in the center of that nation-state. At some of the labor camps in Tivia, there are literally no walls. A prisoner exhausted from hard labor and without tools is unlikely to survive the harsh climate or the hungry packs of hounds that rove the frozen wastes. In fact, Tivian prison authorities make it known that any prisoner is free to leave at any time. In all of recorded history, no one has made the remote walk across the snow and ice to the nearest city. Interestingly, those who leave are not pursued. They are considered free people, having effectively served their sentences. Later installments in this series will cover the mines of Serkonos, where prisoners must work in order to survive, and the coastal island jails at Morley, surrounded by bitterly cold waters that are filled with ravenous hagfish. Okay, so that's pretty much everything. All of these written notes I had obviously gone through, but if you want, you can just pause it as I go through here. Ethical experimentation. Log warning. Log book. Requisition. Document request. And this was the hint to actually go into the into cell A25. I had forgotten about the hint, but we had found the stuff in there anyway. Transfer orders. The Hatters. Log updates. Cell control instructions. Overseer arrival. And a note from Billy. I'll scroll through this here. We had read all of these as they came up. So there we go. I just want to say thanks again, guys, and I know some of you guys are really into the books. That's why I'm going to continue to do it this way. I'll do it at the end of each section that we get to, and we'll go from there. So, yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Okay, bye.